Hey, what's going on there, guys? We are here with a versus matchup. So we have red-green monsters versus Greg's mono-black. So let's see. Let's have the dice roll here.
I roll.
I roll in it. 3. That's
Good start. Good start.
good start.
Well,
10.
well then, I will play.
I'm no mathematician, but I think that's higher than 3.
Neither am I, so let's play some Magic.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll keep this.
It's a little slow, but I will keep this as well.
All right. So you can go ahead.
Go.
Ooh. Turn 1 swamp.
Odyssey Foil Swamp.
Powerful. Flame with fire now. Turn 1 Elvish Mystic.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Turn 2.
Here it is.
Temple of Mystery.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll keep that right there. Pass.
Right there. All right. Let's see. I will attack for 1.
You got it.
And let's go turn 2. I'll pay 2 life.
Yeah, you will.
And I'll play a Caryatid. Go ahead.
Cards in hand.
5. Here comes Big Bad. Oh.
Let's see what you're working with. Ew!
So, Polukranos, Arbor Colossus, Garrick, Stomping Ground, and Temple of Abandon.
Who am I more worried about?
More than likely Arbor Colossus, I would imagine. Yep.
Pass.
So the nice thing about us playing against each other is we can actually talk about the way that we went for things. So Elvish Mystic I decided to be a little bit more aggressive with rather than not taking the 2 life just because I wanted to get a few hits in there. But otherwise, like both ways are probably correct. Like either taking the 2 life or not taking the 2 life, but I just like to be a little bit more aggressive with my plays.
Oh yeah.
So we have this. And I'm just keeping my hand open for both the viewers and Greg, just because we don't write things out whenever we're playtesting. So, right here, I just go play the Temple. We're going to put that on the bottom.
Apparently it wasn't that good.
It was not that good. You do not need more mana dorks at this point in time right here, and I don't have, like, I don't have Temple, so, like, there's almost no reason. So yeah, now we just go and we play Polukranos.
That's fine.
And then we pass. And he's probably going to get killed, but that's just fine.
Draw. Attack phase.
Sure. 3. Down to 15.
Alright.
Drake's 19. And he has not missed a... Yeah, there it is.
And the Paluki Dookie has been
Dealt with.
felled. I'll pass turn.
Okay. So now we draw. And now we just kind of go for Forest. We go and we play our Garrick.
Hi, Gary.
Gary.
Glad to have you on the show, Gary.
Alright, so with him, we're just going to plus him. And we're going to see. Wow, 2.
Double dick.
And Elvish Mystic is unfortunately the only thing that I can take. So that's a little bit more subpar than anything.
I think we're going to call that a whiff.
A whiff. That was a pretty awful whiff.
Whiff of Erebos, maybe?
Whiff of Erebos. And we easily just pass the turn back over right now. So Garrick's either going to get killed here by another downfall, or he's just going to get 3 marked on him by Lifebane Zombie. That or Greg could also be more aggressive and just start attacking me and go in with like Grey Merchant.
So I've missed a land drop before this turn, but seeing as how I don't, it seems like his board state's a little bit behind right now.
It's definitely not explosive.
Here's what we're going to do.
It was still a keepable start, though.
There
Yeah, absolutely.
That's more appropriate,
Absolutely.
getting the Garrick with that than the Polukranos in terms of flavor, so flavor points for me.
Absolutely.
And then attack phase, just bash in there, get you down to 12.
12 to my
And
9.
yeah, keep getting you closer down to merchant range pass.
Yeah. And unfortunately, unless I start drawing more explosive stuff, that was probably alright. Yeah, that was probably alright. So, what we are going to do is... Well, let's see.
If I do that, I need to change mana base.
So I have 3 mana there. I think I just go for it. We do have the Domri. And that's at 3. So that's the 3 that I'm going to go for. I am going to fight the Mystic into the Lifebane Zombie if I can even... There we go. So I'm going to fight those just to get rid of that. And then, main 2, I'm going to pay 2 life. And we are going to go and play Xenagos.
Interesting.
So I'm just going to try to play more threats than you can deal with, hopefully. And we're going to make a token here,
Sure.
2/2, and I'm going to swing in with it. So knocking you down to 17 and to my 10, and then you can go ahead.
Going for turn.
Definitely want to be a little bit more aggressive, especially when I have the Domri and the Xenagos play right there. So we'll see what he can come back with. You do still have, what, 6 cards in hand? Yeah.
Alright, at this point I probably want to get a creature out on the battlefield. Have the choice of these. And not really sure probably what the best play would be. This is a little bit awkward now that Zenny's down the table, so I'm not happy about that.
And that would more than likely be Desecration Demon, I would imagine?
But I think I might as well just pop him out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then play land for turn, and I'll pass.
There's the land drop for the turn. Alright, so right here, we untap, we draw, and that's probably exactly what we wanted to see here. However, not entirely sure. I think we just go and play it first. So there's the Garrick.
Sure.
That's probably the best top deck that I could have. Well, somewhat the best top deck that I could have. I guess Arbor Colossus would have been just as fine as well. But at here, I think I just start digging a little bit more. So Garrick's going to go up to 5 to dig.
Sure.
And then Domri's going to be the second just because I want to dig a little bit more with her. So essentially going 6 deep and seeing what like the next card would be.
Did you just call Domri a chick?
Domri is a guy. I always call Domri a chick, but
I don't think he
wrong.
appreciates that very much. It's not nice to pick on the little
not.
guy, because he's doing a lot of work for you.
Absolutely. So we have Elvish Mystic and Ruric Thar, Nykthos, Forest, and Domri. And then we have, these are going to go to my hand, that's going to go to the bottom. Domri is going to allow me to go and look at the top card. That's going to go back up to the top because I do not want to reveal it to you. From here, we just make another 2/2. And then we are going to pass the turn.
Okay, so our land for turn.
There's the Mutavault. So the board state's pretty, it's still pretty awkward for us because we still have to find a way to deal with Desecration Demon. However, we do have more threats on the board than Greg can potentially deal with in one turn, so that's probably alright. That's a good place to be.
Alright, so don't really have a profitable way of dealing with that Ruric Thar that's in his hand right now.
Yeah.
So he's probably just going to eventually slam that out.
Absolutely, absolutely. That definitely goes down next turn. Forcing you to pay 6 for for your spells that you're going to cast is pretty off. It's pretty great. It makes it pretty awful for you.
If I had 7 mana, this would be a whole lot better. I think what we want to do here is we want to get Underworld Connections online.
Okay, absolutely. And it definitely builds into Grey Merchant a whole lot easier as well.
And then move to attack phase.
I will sack.
Okay. He's tapped, counter on him, and then this would be a whole lot better if we had another land out there. We'll also play this guy.
Yes.
And then we will pass turn.
Alright, so fortunately this doesn't really... Nightveil Specter is still quite annoying for us. Thankfully we did just draw that, so that's pretty good. I think what is going to happen is that we are going to go and try to get rid of that Nightveil Specter. So with our 6 mana that we have, we are going to play Ruric Thar first.
Sure.
Garrick is still going to allow us to dig. I don't want to necessarily use that -3. Plus, if I can ult him, that is just really... it really just puts us in a really good position. So what Domri is going to do is I am going to fight them.
Yep.
To get rid of that. From here, I am going to dig a little bit more with this Garrick. So 5, and then we have Polukranos, Burning-Tree, Temple, and Garrick.
It's more than a little gross.
Yeah. From there, I'm going to make another 2/2. And then we are going to have to pass because I don't have a land drop.
Alright, let's go for turn. Put connections over there. Draw. So right now he is at 10.
That is correct. I'm at 10 and Gregory is at 17. So Grey Merchant still makes things quite awkward for us. He can Grey Merchant and Underworld Connections still.
First we're going to move to attack phase.
Yeah, definitely eat one. So
Second main phase.
Desecration Demon is now a 8. There he is. So that's 6, bringing me down to 4.
So he is now at 4, and we grab 6, moving back up to 23.
Yes, correct.
And still have Underworld Connections open. With that, we will pass.
And things aren't necessarily looking that great for me.
Despite having all these plays.
Despite having this board state, like, the way that the game is going is still quite awkward. So, we did just draw something that is good, but not necessarily that good. If I had a Shrine would be very, very optimal right here. Honestly, you have 1 card in hand, and if that is Grey Merchant, I just lose.
But the other 4 drop that I was telling you about, it was a
What can we do here? Can we do anything? That's the question of the day, kids, is can we do anything? So I do have the 2 burning trees. I think what we do here is that we just go... And do I have enough mana to fight Desecration Demon? Because Polukranos is 5. I don't think... I'm not entirely sure. Because if I play him off of Garrick, I have 1, 2... Well, actually, I can make mana from Xenagos as well. So that's definitely something. So if I play Polukranos off of Garrick, take him down to 3, I have 1 mana for the activation, 2... I think that's what I go and do right now. So what is going to happen is Garrick's going to get taken down to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And if the camera cuts out at some point in time, we will resume this. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to right now. So we do play the Polukranos right here.
Oh, it's the poopy version.
It is.
It's the silly heroes versus monsters version.
I like this version better.
I'm going to call that a bad omen for you, for your outcome.
All right, so
Just
we're going to use the +1 here and add 4 mana to our mana pool.
All right.
Actually, no. We're not. We're actually not going to even do that yet. Purpose of playtesting, so we know how to do things right.
This is for the viewers at home. This ain't for me.
I mean that's totally fine. I want to be getting things right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start building our burning trees. So we're gonna play 2 burning trees. That way that we get more value out of our Xenagos first, and yeah, that's basically all that we can do off of that. So we still retain our mana. So with the Xenagos now we take them up to 4. And then we add 6 mana to our mana pool.
There we go.
So there's our 6. All of it has to be green at this point. And I guess I could have tapped green for it, but it doesn't really matter right now. We still have double red. So we have 6 mana right there. One of it is going to go into the activations, so that's 5. So there's the 5. And then 6, 7, 8. So what do I need? I need to deal 4 to get rid of Grey Merchant successfully.
Skip Thanksgiving.
So I need 8. That's quite annoying. I can't deal with the Desecration Demon, but I can, however, deal with Grey Merchant. So I think what I do is... I mean, this is just awful either way. Like, if you do have that Grey Merchant, I think there's almost no way to get around this. So, 5 mana. So I can do...
The question is if.
2...
Yeah, I agree.
3... And then 4 would be there. 4 would be there to eat that. So yeah, we'll eat that for 4. And if I only just had a little bit more mana, like I mentioned, if I had the temple, I could have capitalized on Domri Rade and to get rid of that. However, I do not, so that is probably far more awful. At this point, I will just swing in with Ruric Thar for 6. Yeah, Vigilance.
Yeah,
so
Vigilance.
17.
Yeah, 17. I have no blocks or no...
Yeah,
Profitably.
And we pass. And if you have Grey Merchant, or if you draw Grey Merchant...
End turn, pay 1, draw.
And if this is Grey Merchant, we lose.
Untap. Draw for turn.
There he is.
And then you just win.
That is the scoop.
That was an incredibly bad
very
board position
close.
For me. That was extremely bad, but that's what happens.
I mean, that's just what happens in these types of games.
You just win. It's not even about
Grey Merchant
skill or anything clever. You know, there may have been a couple of misplays. I probably should have gotten that online. I didn't realize you played Ruric Thar in the deck. So that would have actually been a lot better to
actually. Deck lists will be in the description below as well.
Would have been good to have the lifelink on that, but also be able to whip back the Lifebane Zombie, get a second proc off of the hand rip.
I'm fairly positive that the Polukranos, the way that I did it, was correct, because there's no way of me dealing with the... whatchamacallit, the Desecration Demon. And there's no way for me to deal with both the Desecration Demon and the Grey Merchant as well, so I feel like that was the right line of play right there.
Yeah.
Especially after the 2 Burning Trees to produce a little bit more mana. But yeah, ultimately, if he just had another Grey Merchant, did you have that all the way at the start? Whenever you had one card in your hand, was that the Grey Merchant?
No, that was the whip.
That was the whip.
Yeah.
And when did you draw? Did you top deck it off of... Did you draw it with Underworld Connections, or did you top
the whip?
No, the Grey Merchant.
Off the Underworld Connections.
Yeah, there you go. So you would have drawn it anyway, even.
And
if
the point too is, at the end of his turn, I am literally drawing 3 cards by the next turn on mine.
Yeah.
Where I can go end of turn, Underworld Connections. Then when I go for my turn, draw naturally, do Underworld Connections again, and I'm drawing 3 as opposed to 1.
Yeah.
Increasing my chances of possibly seeing what was the game-winning card there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so...
it was scary, though.
Yeah,
that was real scary.
Definitely really close. Had you not had that Grey Merchant, which you could have dug for, had you not had it, it would have probably been a different game. But that's how these games go. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you back here very, very soon.